many days in the darkness without a glimpse of the light. Running tired and broken and scared, but I swear I'll never give up the fight.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another coaching session with Percy, and you are on Kia Car Talk with Percy. And today's topic is of how do we move out of the fact that you've been stuck for such a long time in a role, or that you feel like you're stuck in a situation or a position. Now, I wanted to keep this very basic because I think it's very important that there's a clear message in terms of how do I move myself out of the situation that I face. And I think there's a few clear questions that you need to ask yourself, right? Number one, are you working for a paycheck or are you working for a purpose? And there's a distinct difference between the two, because if I'm working for a paycheck, that means I'm just receiving something. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just means that when I'm working according to my purpose, that is something that I enjoy doing. And I think it's so important that we discover what you're naturally gifted in to be able for you to fulfill that purpose. Remember this topic when we discussed in John C. Maxwell's Put Your Dream to the Test is the law of less effort. And that means that if I know my talents, that means that I can migrate myself directly into that purpose. Now, the second point is my satisfaction to my development. And I think you need to take a step back and say, when is the last time that I actually developed myself? When is the time that I actually invested in myself to be able to say that I'm growing? Now, this whole strengths journey is about developing. When you discover what you're naturally gifted at, it doesn't mean that I'm really good at it. It just means that I have to take that talent, invest time in it, invest effort into it for it to be able to translate into a strength. Or a good strength that I can leverage within my workplace or my personal life or wherever I want to make the community impact. Now, the third thing is, are you willing to still work for a boss or are you looking to work for a coach? And that's a hard decision that you have to make. Are you going to be stuck in this dinosaur mentality that, and the word manager is archaic. Can I move from manager to coach? And do I have someone that is coaching me? And if you haven't got that in your environment, I seriously suggest that you should start looking at the culture that you have within your business industry to be able to say, or in your workplace or in your work area, to say, how am I going to move out of it? Now, it sounds easier done, because tomorrow I'm going to talk about all the things that hold you back not to be able to make that move. But it's going to be very powerful, and you'll see where I'm getting all this information from. Then also, in your annual reviews that you've done, all right, are you having a quarterly basis discussion? Are you having discussions, or is your discussions geared at the development and your growth? Are you having ongoing conversations with your coach in terms of saying, I know where I'm going. I know that I have, and my LinkedIn post was actually about this, that I am able to enjoy my job and that I'm engaged in my job and that I have a purpose in my job. And I think that's a very important question to ask yourself. Whoever you're reporting to, are you having ongoing conversations regarding your development, irrespective of your age? Then, my weaknesses to my strengths. And a weakness is clearly defined by Gallup as something that stands in the way of your success. So we don't want to necessarily invest in that. We want to invest in our talents, and we want to make them strengths so that we can leverage them. And then the last one is moving away from my job to making it my life. Now, see how interconnected that is. I have a purpose, and I can tell you guys, I have a perfect example of this. I absolutely love what I'm doing now. I'm so geared to be the catalyst of change, which is my purpose, that I'm fundamentally just loving every interaction with an individual, being challenged, talking to people how they can grow, how they invest in themselves personally. Because if we talk about investment, people think about money. This is not about money. This is investing time in yourself so that you can develop to a better person. So I guess the first step is moving from the past to the future and saying, what are the steps that I need to take to be able to take myself out of this rut? So let's recap in conclusion. My paycheck to my purpose, my satisfaction to my development, my boss and my coach, my annual review to ongoing conversations, my weaknesses to my strengths, and lastly, my job to my life. Actually, fundamentally enjoying what I love doing. Guys, thank you very much. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button at the bottom, and don't forget to be able to contact us, or if you have any questions, to follow us on all our social media platforms, which will be displayed right now. Have a wonderful day. Be blessed.
OMW, on my way to you. Good at what I do. I'm OMW. Watch me walk away, putting myself on display. 1, 2, 3 a day. I'm on my way, on my way. I'ma have you on tiptoes, watching my diamond.
And as promised, you'll see that I'm talking about another accessory that I installed in my vehicle that I didn't necessarily purchase it with. So all the accessories that I install in my vehicle, I personally install because it's so easy to install. So at the top, you will see that I've installed ambient lighting, mood lighting, or floor panel lighting, as it's known by different brands. The reason why I did that is because the interior of my vehicle is quite dark, and in the evenings, I struggle to see where I have to position my feet or be able to place or to see where my pedals are. Now, other vehicles are naturally or are fitted with this feature. I installed it in my Kia because it's not part of the specifications of the vehicle. But it's so easy and cheap to install, so I did it. So at the top, you'll see that I've installed this ambient lighting, and you can change it from red to blue to white, and you can see the illustrations above in terms of what I've done. So the benefit of that is every time I get into the vehicle at night, I have the mood lighting. I can change any color that I want to. Aesthetically, it makes the vehicle look good. And you'll notice that in the door panels and the outline, I've installed a fine line that actually matches the ambient lighting of my vehicle that it was fitted with. So yeah, that's one of the accessories. And if you want to know where to find that, at Amazon.com.
OMW, on my way to you. Good at what I do. I'm OMW. Watch me walk away, putting myself on display. 1, 2, 3 a day. I'm on my way, on my way. I'ma have you on tiptoes, watching my diamonds.
So if you were wondering where I got the information in terms of moving yourself out of the position, Gallup has got this new book. It's called It's the Manager, and it is moving from boss to coach. And this is an excellent book for all of you leaders out there that is trying to transform or transition your team into a mindset of focusing on their natural gifts and talents and investing in that. Gallup has got some amazing resources which you have to go and check out. They're available on www.gallup.com. I nearly struggled over my words. Sorry, Gallup, but in any case, that's where you can find it. And I will post a picture of this book at the end of this video. Enjoy, and we'll keep drilling information out of these books to be able to give you guidance in terms of the next steps. I just want to take a moment and thank each of the viewers and the subscribers to the Evolve team. Thank you for your continual support and your love that you give us. And thank you. We have just crossed 30,000 likes on TikTok, taking consideration that the TikTok account is only 1 month old. So thank you very much for everyone that supports us. And yeah, we love you. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button on all our platforms, which will be issued at the end of this video. Love you. Be blessed.
Okay. Writer.